Hey guys, I'm back. How's everybody doing? And thank you for being here. Hey, if you guys are watching this on the replay, I've been sick for about a week and I'm kind of getting out of it now, um, and trying to get to feel better and kind of getting back to things and stuff like that. And I just thought that I'd go live um, tonight, tell everybody thank you for sending me messages and stuff about getting well. I really do appreciate it very much, man. That's really cool. and just want to say thanks and kind of get caught up and talk to some people and have a little bit of fun. If anybody does want to come in the studio, I can post a link for doing that, and you can click on it and come in the studio and we can chit chat or whatever. So let me do that real quick. Hey, Petty Jean River Homestead. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Marianne. MT Homestead. Hey, Tree Haven. Hey, Vineyard Farmhouse. Nancy's Idea Factory. Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching right now, thanks for being here, and drop me a comment in the chat so that I know you're here. Kind of tell me where you're from and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of fun for me to look at. But I uh, I was in bed for about 6 days straight, man. Just laying in bed is all I could do, and just I got no energy at all. And I kind of starting to get out of that today with some medicine because I went to the doctor yesterday, and they prescribed me a couple things, antibiotic and some prednisone, uh, to kind of help me get over the hump. Um, and today I finally got a little bit more energy and started doing stuff. But before I couldn't even sit down on the computer and edit because my eyes, it was like I was seeing like three or four screens and I couldn't focus and I'd forget what the heck I was doing. And I tried that for like 5 minutes and I just like went straight back to bed. I couldn't even do it. Mhm. Anyways, I'm editing a video right here. Let me adjust my screen a little bit. Okay. Pennsylvania. But I live in Florida. What part of Florida, Marianne? I know a little bit about Florida. I've been several places down there. But I will tell you, one of my favorite places in Florida that I've been to Miami, of course, Orlando, Daytona a bunch of times, the Daytona, Cocoa Beach, all that kind of stuff. But then also been on the Panhandle, like Destin, Fort Walton Beach, all that area, Tampa Bay, over there on the west side. And I'll tell you about my favorite place that I ever went in Florida was the Clearwater area, if you know anything about that area. Yeah, I had the crud, man. Could not focus on it at all, man. I was having to sit here and look at my screen, and I'm trying to fix stuff and do things on the computer, and I would just like completely forget what I was doing, just spazzing, like just forgetting what I was doing. I could not focus on it, and I literally got sick um, Thursday, right whenever I was trying to finish editing my 1 year anniversary video, and so I never even got that done. Yeah, Orlando, Kissimmee. I've been down there a bunch of times. But yeah, I like Clearwater over there. It's nice. I've only been over there like once, but I really loved it. Okay, so anyways, this is just a a new video that I started right here. Tell me if you guys can hear the music whenever I push play. Can y'all hear me? Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. No music, but you can hear me okay on this microphone? Okay. Dang it, I hate when I do that. It's in a audio setting. Hmm. Sound. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this real quick. In my sound settings, see if I can get it to where y'all can hear it. That way you can hear the video with the music. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Um. Hey Austin, hear you loud and clear. You can hear me. Okay. Now I did change a setting, and tell me if you can hear the music on the video now. I can't hear it now. That ain't gonna work. Okay. Can y'all hear me now? Can you guys hear me talking right now? All right, I'm gonna put it back right there. Can y'all hear me? Okay. All right, we're just gonna leave it like that. Anyways, I'm just working on the tiny house and trying to get my tools up here right now. I'm pretty much at the beginning. I'm only like two minutes in. Yes, Jess at Tree Haven. Um, Let me ask you guys this. Right here, excuse me. Let me pull this up. This is the 1 year on 1 year on YouTube. I think that's what I call it. 1 year on YouTube. It's a big edit, and I spent a lot of time on it, starting on it last week before I got sick. But I'm kind of wanted to ask you guys, since y'all are the tree tribe here and everything, if even though the ship has already kind of sailed on that, and I missed it because that was like last weekend and stuff. Do you guys think I should still post it? Because I was so frustrated, kind of in and out of being sick. I almost came in here and just deleted the whole entire thing because I was just kind of mad about the whole thing. And but I didn't delete it because I figured I might be mad at myself if I did that because I did spend a lot of time on it, probably 2 or 3 nights working on it. And but I don't know. I don't know if anybody's gonna really care to see it. Um, I definitely don't think I'll do it. I was gonna do it as a premiere that night and everything, and I was getting all pumped for it and whatnot. And and then when I got sick, I couldn't even get out of bed, so it was just kind of over. I didn't know if I should or not. So because I didn't know, I just started a whole new video, and it's me getting this new skylight. I'll tell you guys, you haven't seen the video yet, but um, excuse me, if you've been following along on the channel, I put a skylight in that I got at the Habitat for Humanity for 30 bucks. And so I was really pumped about that, getting such a good deal on this skylight because the skylight's like brand new. And the more I thought about it, a few weeks after putting that thing in, I decided to put one in on the other side. Um, put one on the opposite side, and I went and bought a brand new one, the same size, but it looks friggin' awesome having two skylights that are like the equal distance in the living room, and the living room's all vaulted up real high and everything. And I'm planning on doing the wood on the ceiling and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna look freaking awesome in there. The memories, that's a good thinking on that, Nancy. I was kind of thinking that too. Um, it's also a video geared towards new YouTubers because it's stuff that I'm going to start speaking on. And I like to use the channel as practice. You guys already know that. Um, so it's got some of that on the video too, and that's just me kind of practicing and giving tips. Since I've been on YouTube for a year now, I can kind of talk about like what it's like being on YouTube for a year, and what it means to me, and the good things and the bad things that I like about it, and the hustle and the grind, and everything that you got to do to make it all come to fruition and everything like that, and what it's like basically surviving for a year. And so that's kind of what the video is about. And I share up about 5 tips to new YouTubers on things that they can do that can help with that. Oh, sweet, MT. Yes, yes. You know why I really want those telephone poles, MT, is on the Hodgepodge house, coming off the back where the ridge just starts going down real steep and everything right there. I want to use those telephone poles for the underneath side of the deck that's going to be like extended out over the ridge. Does that make sense, kind of? So the telephone poles are like really good. They're actually better to use than if I cut my own cedar log because I'm going to have shrinking and stuff like that. And the telephone poles are treated and all that kind of stuff. So they are freaking perfect. So, yeah, um, I'm starting to feel better now. I'm fixing to have to go back to a job that I got lined up for a client and do that. So that's going to take some time away from the tiny house build. but we're moving along pretty good. I didn't film it, but we did get our water meter put in, and that's like a really big thing because we've been there over a year and we haven't had water the whole time. So we ponied up the money to. They had to dig the ditch all the way across the road, hook into the main, come across, put a big water meter in. I've got we're going to send a 2-inch line all the way up the hill, and then it's going to go from there into a manifold where it'll split off and go to like different tiny houses and stuff like that. And I got all that work ahead of me because we got to dig a ditch all the way up the hill on the road. That's going to be a huge thing. And it's 500 feet to it's right at 500 feet where I'm gonna put the water, the main water at into the manifold. And it's I'm gonna get a 500-foot roll of it. It's 2-inch solid, kind of like a big giant PEX, if y'all are familiar with that. So that's what we're going to use, just solid line, and it's going to be awesome. But I've got all that coming up ahead of me, and like I said, I got to go start a normal job. I do remodeling stuff like that, and I got a client that I'm doing like this big, huge bathroom project and building a whole big shower and tearing out another shower and converting that into like a really cool closet, stuff like that. And I don't know if I'll film any of that stuff or not. Um, hey, MT, the length of them. Okay, yeah, 16 foot. That's what I want. Yeah. Because then I could just cut them from there. I might like cut it at 10 foot, have like a 6 footer and a 10 footer, and then put the long one all the way down on the end, and then the 6 footer kind of be like in the middle or whatever. So I figured 16 foot would definitely be the way to go. And then it also fits on the trailer perfectly without hanging off or anything like that. I don't have to mess with no flag or worry about nothing like that. So yeah, 16 foot, man, and however many I can get, because I'm every single little tiny house is going to have some kind of an elevated deck system. And I'll also use the telephone poles. I've got plans for building like an A-frame as one of the tiny houses I'm putting in out there. And it's kind of on a little hill too, where I want to put it down off the logging road. And I want to set like concrete footers and set those telephone poles on the footers, to make like the deck and everything. So I'll kind of build like a big, huge deck, and then have the A frame, go up from the deck. And then I'll also have kind of like a deck that goes around it, and probably have one dormer pushed out over on the side. And the telephone poles would be great for that. So I could really just use however many um, we can get on the trailer, safely without causing too big of a problem or stacking them too high where it's dangerous or anything like that. So, MT, yeah, man, 16 bottom free. Yeah, I haven't checked with the local power company yet, but I already got. Hey, Brian, I already got two that were given to me that you guys probably already seen on the channel. I brought them up there and pulled them off and everything. And that was from the power line comes out and replaces the power pole, because power poles start leaning or they're just cracked or whatever. And they replaced a whole bunch of them up and down this road. And that was a good opportunity for me to go, because they just leave them laying on the ground, and a lot of times the homeowner doesn't know what to do with them, so they'll just say, yeah, go ahead and take it. So I got something like that. Hey, MT, what do you want to do on the trailer thing? I mean, do you not just want me to bring my 16 footer, and you just load them on my trailer, or what are you thinking? Because I got my 16 footer, dual axle. I could just bring it up and we could put them on that, and then I can just bring that home. But we could do it a different way too if you got something different in mind. Just let me know. What was I talking about? I can't remember what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the telephone poles. Okay. I guess that's what I was talking about. So yeah, I can use many telephone poles as I can get. I will have a use for them because like even on this tiny house, if I knew in the beginning that this was going to turn into a tiny house, I used 6x6s for the beams. I would have used telephone poles for the beams. So now I'm gotta go. I haven't even started doing none of this on the channel or nothing like that. But I gotta go up underneath that tiny house and I gotta dig out more footings and put some telephone poles up underneath that tiny house because now that dude got a lot heavier than it was gonna be in the beginning. Yeah, squirrel, skylight. Yeah. Oh, MT, that would be incredible. Could we do that? I like that second one. That way you guys could come and then we can make a whole collab video out of it and you can help me get them unloaded and everything like that. You could help me like roll them off and or chain them up and how I had to get the other two off. That telephone pole was a 37 footer and I just cut it in half. So how 18 and a half feet. Yeah, I cut it 18 and a half feet. And so they hung out off my 16 footer, like 2.5, 3 feet or whatever. And whenever I got out to the Sweet 16, I wrapped a chain around one end and then wrapped the other end around a tree. And then I just drove forward and just pulled them right off. And I did that to both of them because them dudes are heavy. You can kind of lift them off. I mean, I can because that's how I got it on the trailer, but they are pretty heavy. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, yeah, telephone pole. All right, here we are. I'll talk, and if anybody has any questions, we'll just do a Q&A right here on this live. Oh, I told you guys I'm gonna start like is anybody chatting in here or not? I didn't know if my thing was working. Hello, is this thing on? Um, I told y'all I'm gonna start doing like some talks and everything like that, and we're setting up a session at MT Homestead Mid America Meetup where we're gonna do kind of like YouTube talk, basically, is what I'm calling it. It's a YouTube talk, but it's going to be geared around new YouTubers or YouTubers that are kind of stagnant or YouTubers that have had a channel for a while, but maybe they haven't made any videos in a while and they need like a swift kick in the pants or whatever, like those type of YouTubers. And it's just going to be like helpful tips and things you could do to help increase your flow and get your groove back and get your jive back going and get making YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to be doing a talk like that. And I got some bigger YouTube names that are going to be coming in and speaking on certain topics. So that's going to be kind of cool. And we're making like a big huge movie poster with like all the talent faces and everything and like their channels and stuff like that, and we're having that professionally made. So you guys be looking out for that. We'll be able to use that for like marketing and stuff like that leading up to the event, that hey, we got this session that's going to be going here, you're not going to want to miss it, stuff like that, and just use that as part of a marketing campaign, even like maybe for next year or whatever. So, oh, anyways, what I was gonna say was I'm gonna be doing that, and but I'm getting opportunities to speak at some schools and to like some media classes and some videography classes and some drama classes and stuff like that, and where they're going to be like watching the videos and maybe like 10, 12, 15 videos back, and they're going to watch them in their class and stuff like that and study just like the filmmaking part and stuff like that. And then I'm going to end up coming to the class and doing a talk and a Q&A and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about that because I just really want to like help teach and help YouTubers that are stumbling, or they've got problems finding their voice and stuff like that, and things that I've done to help kind of get over fear and things like that. And I just want to give that back to YouTube, just because I feel like, man, if you're good to YouTube, YouTube will be good to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the idea behind it. And I'm a guy with a lot of stories to tell, and I'm not for everybody, but I'm for some people, and those are the ones that I'm looking for. And so whenever you find those people that are in your circle, they're the people that are supposed to be there. um, it can be kind of powerful and influential, and you can use that to help other people. So that's kind of what I want to try to do. So it'll be kind of fun, speaking to like high schoolers and junior high students and things like that. Okay. Oh, you guys should see what the tiny house looks like now. I hope you guys get all caught up with it if you're not already. Okay. Got some other good things going on too. Yeah, they did a poll, and they did a poll, and it was something like, I have to like re-Google it, but if I remember right, it was something like 75% of kids age this to this. It was like basically from elementary through like senior high school. Um, 75% of the kids, when asked what they wanted to do when they grew up, the answer was to be a YouTuber. If that tells you all anything about how things are changing, and it's because people want to create, because that's what you're meant to do. You're meant to create things. That's why we have intuition and that inspiration. You're given inspiration. You don't just you know do it all by yourself. Those thoughts and ideas and stuff that you have like that. If you want to, you have inspiration to build Disneyland or something like that, and then you go build Disneyland. Something made you think that, and that's kind of like a gift and stuff like that. So um, I think all that stuff's really important, and to kind of help give back and teach that stuff, I think can inspire kids that already want to be YouTubers. That whenever a YouTuber comes in and speaks to them and tells them things like that, maybe they kind of take it serious, and they can look at me, and I'm just like an old guy in the Ozarks building a tiny house, and I don't know how to do nothing, but like if I can figure it out, maybe you can too. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's got any questions, man, I love to answer questions. This is my own talk show, so I gotta ask myself questions. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't asking me any, I'm gonna have to ask them to myself. Gotta do what I gotta do. Keep the conversation flowing. There we go, my new skylight. Oh, y'all couldn't hear that. I don't know what the deal is with that. Used to, we had it where you could hear the video going and you could hear me talking at the same time, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong on the setting. Can't figure it out now, and I don't even know how it got changed, honestly. Right. Brian, are you getting used to Final Cut yet? Big Mike. Yeah, well, I got to charge the battery. Really, I got to get a new battery because that's just like some crappy car battery. And that tractor, it needs, I don't even know. I got to go like tractor place or something. Be like, I need like a big, giant tractor battery that's not going to die all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my next move. And we do got a hydraulic leak at the top of the rod, for the boom arm, like cylinder, and that's like a whole big fix. Like I don't even know how to fix that. It ain't like a hose. You gotta have like special tools and stuff like that to get that dude off. And but I could still run it, um, and it doesn't really leak that bad. It just leaks a little bit. So I feel like I could still run it and still dig with it and everything like that. But I'll just be trying to, catch hydraulic fluid or just have to put some in every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, Big Mike is. Yeah, I mean he'll actually run. I could start him up, drive him, down Logan Road. That's probably what I'm gonna do is until I really start digging with that is I'm probably gonna start him up and take him down the Logan Road and just park him down there, out of sight, out of mind, and I'll quit using them for a prop in my videos. You know what I'm saying? But it is pretty cool sometimes because like I'll go over to the tractor and I've put like the camera. I'll set the camera on top of the tractor and stuff like that for different angles. So I use the tractor. I mean, it's not only as a prop and it looks real good on video, because you all have seen it. It looks friggin' awesome on video. And so it's like got aesthetic value. It brings a lot of grit and emotion to my videos because I'm crying all the time because my tractor don't run that good. But it does bring a lot of that element to it, and it kind of brings just a little bit of fun and just a little bit of my craziness, because just the tractor's kind of goofy, you know. And so sometimes you'll see in my shots that if I go back and go wide, sometimes I like to get my tractor in the shot, because it just makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? So moving on. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nancy's Idea Factory. Yeah, I'm super glad, man. I mean, me and Crystal went out there today, and it was like my first day of getting out of the house, And so we went down to the land, of course. I'm like, I got to go down there, man. I got to go check on things. You know what I'm saying? And they got the meter in. I'm all out there, like checking out the meter. It's got like big, giant, huge box and everything. And I'm like looking down in there. I'm all pumped about it and everything. I'm like, all right, yeah, I got to get my pipe. We got to boom, boom, boom. Got to, we got to get the right fittings and everything. Man, it's going to be expensive. I ain't even joking, man. Everything you do out there is friggin' expensive. And it's something like 1,500 bucks just for the pipe. 2-inch pipe, solid, 500 feet long. Then that's just for the pipe. It's 1,500 bucks. Then I got to get like fittings, and then I got to get probably like 3 junction boxes that I'm going to put down in the ground. Like whenever we're coming up the hill, I hope y'all can hear me right now. Piroki, hey, what's up? Uh, so whenever you're coming up the hill and you you go up the hill and stay to the right to get up on top of the ridge, where we're building everything. Right whenever you start getting up there on the hill, to the right is like the driveway where we got like the big circle drive where Cabin Point is. Right. So like when I take that water line up there and I get to where it's like the straight B line for Cabin Point, I'm going to put a big box in the ground right there, with a transition for the water with a T and a shut off, 3/4 inch, or maybe for Cabin Point we run a 1 inch line to the cabin to a manifold, and then we break off 3/4 from there, something like that. And then from there, I'll go on up to like Azalea Circle, and then we got to put in like an outdoor hydrant, like to water the plants and everything. And then from there, we go on, to where we're going to build the greenhouse and then Granny's house, and then we're going to build a hodgepodge house, and then we're building the tiny house right now. So all of that stuff's going to be all right by each other, but I'm going to have to like break off and go to like the individual things to supply water to each one. So I've got to buy like not only that pipe, but I got to buy all that other crap too. And so it's going to really add up. So I don't really know when we're going to be able to afford to buy all that stuff. We're just gonna have to kind of like save up. And that's, it took like a year for us to get our meter put in because the meter's like 1,800 bucks to have them do all that. And so we just weren't in like a really big hurry. That's why I would bring water in whenever we would do the concrete. Or I think in one other video, I actually went down to the creek and got water for the concrete and brought it up the hill. And that was pretty hard. But it's just baby steps. Now I got to get the ditch dug. So I got to get a backhoe working, get a backhoe or get mine or borrow one or whatever to get the ditch dug 500 feet all the way up that hill. And that hill ain't no joke. So it's going to be hard. And that's just like another step I got to do. And, and none of that has anything to do with even finishing building the tiny house. So, let's throw that in while we're at it. And then I also got to dig a ditch from the power pole over to the tiny house so we can run electrical. And we got to run probably like some 4-2 over there and then I'll put that in a breaker box that'll be in the tool shed part on the side of the tiny house. And because that'll be a tool shed and mechanical closet. And then on the other side, I'm going to build matching both sides, with shed roof coming off. And one's going to be tool shed with mechanical electric. And the other one's going to be garden shed with mechanical water. So that's where the main water will come in with the hot water heater. And then that'll also be a garden shed, and they'll both match. They'll both have same kind of windows, same kind of doors, and it'll have like a deck going over a deck in the front going over to this to each side. And so that water side will be garden shed because I want to keep my electric and my water on opposite sides of the tiny house. I didn't want to put them in the same thing. So we'll put like shovels and rock bar chainsaw stuff, gas, oil, things like that in the garden shed, and it'll be awesome. Who all's still in here? Did we gain anybody? Pure Okie, what's up? Wouldn't it be cheaper to rent a ditch witch to run the trench for the water? Um, yeah, I've done that before on jobs. But on the 2-inch line, it needs to be a pretty good size hole. And there's going to be some parts where it's going. I got to put in a culvert, and where like heavy trucks and stuff are going to be driving across because I'm going to kind of make the bottom part turn it into a yard area and build a shop and stuff like that. And so we even got to have to like case that when we go past that part where we're going to pour concrete thicker and stuff like that. We're going to case that in other pipe. And so yeah, we just could dig a big old ditch, you know. Yeah, I've got a lot of shale, and it's shale and clay, so it's not really that hard digging. It's actually pretty nice. Um, but that's down on the bottom. Whenever you get up to the top, it's like all that rock. It's pretty hard digging on the top, but not down in the bottom. Anyway, so yeah, you can see in the edit, I got the new skylight here, and I'm getting ready to kind of get that measured off and build a curb for it. It installs different than the other one did, but I don't really care. It's still gonna look awesome. This thing's being freaking glitchy. But yeah, if there's any other questions, man, I love to talk. If you guys got anything to say. How do I edit out the last 65 pounds I have to lose? Yeah, what you do on that, dog, man, is you just show your face only. That's it. You you only show your face. So that's why you think I always got the camera right in my face, man. Come on. No, I've been trying to lose weight too, man. I actually did lose weight during being sick, man. I lost about 10 pounds because I like wasn't eating anything. I might eat like one thing a day, and it wasn't even like that much. So yeah, I lost like 10 pounds, no joke. Y'all probably even be able to tell. Next time I shoot video, I don't know, you might be able to tell. I don't know. I'm gonna climb up this ladder and get my tape measure if I can find it. Take a few measurements of the exact width and length and where I'm gonna take. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, were you were talking about the dating. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if women do that. I don't ever go on them. I ain't gonna say anything get me in trouble. Yeah, losing weight's hard, man. I've been on a losing weight journey myself for a long time. It's a marathon though. It ain't no sprint. If you wanna if you wanna lose weight and you want to actually keep it off, it is a marathon, not a sprint. Because the only way I've found to keep it off is you lose it a little bit at a time. And that's what I do. I used to weigh, y'all ain't gonna believe it, but I used to weigh 240 pounds. And now I'm weighing like 189, 190. So how much is that? Like 50, 60 pounds. And I lost all that weight just a little bit at a time. I'd have like spurts where I'd do real good, and lose 10 and then gain 5 back, but I really still gain 5. And so I would kind of do it like that, and have spurts where I wouldn't do very good, but in the back of my mind, I always went back on track. Like every time, I always went back on track, and so I just kind of kept it like that. Just took my time, and I managed to keep it off because it takes me so long to lose a 10-pound section of weight and keep it off, that when you do it over a long period of time, it's not hard to maintain that weight. So if I would get down to like, 210, if I would hit the scale at 210, my next goal would be to get down to 200. And so that's how I did it all the way from 240. So my next goal would be to get down to 200. And so what I would do is the same thing I did for the time before, and do real good, and get down to like 205, 204, and then I would kind of have a bad weekend and go back up to 209, and then go back down to 204, 205, and then like sometimes I hit like 200, and that was like the goal, and I'd hit it, and I would be like so glad that I hit it, that I would prove to myself that I would hit it, but then I would immediately backslide, and I'd be back down to like 204, 205. But I knew in my mind that I could get there. So it was always like this 10-pound segment for me of doing good. And then I hope you all can hear me. And then backsliding, doing good and backsliding. But because it took so long to go through that 10-pound segment, whenever I got to 200 and I was finally there and I was stepping on the scale and hitting 199, um, I'm there. Like I'm not going past 200. Like that's the new cutoff weight. 200 is now the new cutoff weight. So now I'm focusing on 200 to 190, or 199 to 190, and now I'm just doing that whole thing all over again. But to get to from 240 to, I stepped on the scale like yesterday, I was like 188. So 240 to 188 is 58 pounds, right? Um, I mean, that's not like that much. It's not like I didn't do anything great. I just did what worked for me. And I think a lot of people, I could really do a lot of talks about weight loss because I do have a lot of experience with it. And I also spend a lot of time in the gym too during that time. And uh, I think for if you really, really want to lose it, and people have a hard time believing in delayed gratification. So if you can't think long term, it probably ain't going to work real good for you. That's kind of what I found. You have to be a long term thinker, and you have to believe that you can do it. And you just have to know in your mind that it took me a long time to get this fat. It's going to take me a long time to lose it. Does that make sense? And that's kind of how my mentality is. And now I've, like, for the first time since I was in my 20s, I've hit the scale and there's been like an 8. So I've never been 189 or 188. That's what I've been stepping on the last 2, 3 days, 189 and 188. And I haven't been that since I've been in my 20s. And so, like, I'm 49. I'm almost 50 years old. I've never been in the 80s. And so that's like my new little threshold now. So um, I might step back on and see 190, 191, but it's going to be real easy for me to do good like the next day and get back to 88. And so if I want to be like 175 or just 180, I'm doing that whole entire process all over again for that last 10 pounds. And that last 10 pounds might take me like 6 months to get there, all the way down to the 10, where I got a new threshold of like 179 or 180. So it's a long time marathon. But if you can believe in delayed gratification and just think like, look, this is like 25 years of getting fat, you know? is eating a lot of Twinkies, and donuts and stuff like that, and shoving calories in and consuming more calories than you burn. And it took you 25 years to get here. Don't expect that you're going to not get there in like a year, you know. And you might could get there in a year, but if you take your time, I feel like it's easier for you to keep the weight off. That's my whole point. I can lose, like, if I really wanted to, I could lose like 20 pounds, in like a month and a half if I really wanted to. But I know how to physically do that. And, but I just don't do it like that because also the way that I do it, I also don't torture myself. I'm not like starving or anything. So you put all that in consideration. I just think like it's a whole better approach to losing weight. And also, I don't really spend any money. So I'm not buying like weight loss pills or, special meals or healthy meals or specifically eating healthy. Like, I don't drink calories at all. That makes a huge difference. I don't drink anything that has calories in it. So everything I drink is either diet or water. And that's it. No, I'd really very rarely ever drink alcohol. That's like the occasion. If me and Crystal go out, I might have a drink at a restaurant, and that's about it. I don't buy it and bring it home or nothing like that. And uh, so I save all of my calories for food, and I usually don't eat 3 meals a day. I usually eat 2 meals a day, so that makes a difference. So the one thing that's made a difference for me is just eating later, not right when I wake up. So you kind of save it. And sometimes I'd eat something real little, like a little granola bar or something like that, if it's early, like 7 o'clock in the morning. But I want to eat like until 10:30 or 11. So if you can like put your meals off later, then you do a little bit of hunger and wait till like the last minute and then eat your meal. Sometimes if you do that, you'll find that you'll only be eating like 2 meals a day instead of three. And then I also cut out like all snacks, but like stuff like cupcakes and things like that. Where before I would just eat anytime I thought I was a little bit hungry, or even if I wasn't hungry, I just eat one anyways because they taste good. So I cut all that out, and that makes like a huge difference. And so give yourself some snack, a little bit here and there, but not just like all the time, you know. So, but it's like kind of a back and forth. It's definitely, uh, it's kind of like crypto, it goes back and forth. I used to do a lot of crypto stuff, so it it goes back and forth. But like if you look at it long term, okay, if you look at crypto or any kind of really like investing, I'm just using crypto because it moves real fast, but any kind of investing, it's going to go back and forth all the time. So it's down two, it's up three, it's down one, it's up two, whatever. It's kind of doing this back and forth stuff. But if you look long term, if you click on the arrow and click on year, did it make like a steady climb like that? Just steady, but you don't notice it on the day. That's kind of how the weight loss is. If you just look at it every single day, you don't really hardly notice it. But you got to look back. You got to say, okay, like, what's the date today? March 17th, St. Patty's Day. You got to look back, okay, and you got to say, okay, March 17th last year, how much did I weigh? Okay, I weighed like, yeah, that's right. I weighed like 20 more pounds than I weigh right now. So what you've done is over that year, you just kind of slightly went down. You had a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, doing good, doing bad, doing good, doing good, doing good. But overall, the whole course of the year, you actually did good because you're 20 pounds less than you were the year before. And you did it slowly. So you're able to keep the weight off. It ain't no special thing you got to buy on TV. You see what I'm saying? It's simple if you just do it that way. I could probably go teach weight loss. I don't know. Yeah, crypto. You sold all your crypto. I still got some. Um, 2 meals a day helps. Um, you also have to just know that, and I'm dog man. I ain't trying to steal your thing. I know you're the weight loss guy around here, but I've been dealing with it for a long, long time too. And um, weight loss is can be really tricky, and it can be really frustrating. And a lot of people give up, and a lot of people put a lot of extra work into it, and they don't get anywhere. And I've kind of avoided um, doing freak out things. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'm not doing like, oh, I got to prep my meals every Sunday for the week. And I got to make sure each meal's got, this many calories, and I'm on a 1,500 calorie a week thing, or I'm doing, um, I'm fasting, or intermittent fasting, or I'm doing this or doing that. Like I don't do it. That's what I'm calling like all the freak out things. Like I don't do these big freak out things, or I don't go, I got to go run 2 miles, or I'm not doing good. Yeah, I don't do none of that. None of it. I don't. I used to, but I don't anymore. I literally just do it just like I said that I did. I don't drink calories, and I'm consciously aware of um, large amounts of calories. So I just don't really let myself do that much, and I try to make it to where I basically eat 2 meals a day with little snacking in between, but nothing, no, nothing real big. And I mean, that's really all you got to do. I mean, I don't really go specifically exercise, although I was in the gym for a couple years, um, a long time ago during this period. But that's been a long time ago, and I haven't. The only exercise I get is pretty much working out on Sweet 16 and doing stuff around the house and stuff. So that's really all the exercise I do. But my body's already used to that. So your body doesn't consider your normal daily activity as extra. And a lot of times, if you want to include working out into your weight loss plan, it needs to be something extra that your body's not used to. And that's how you're going to burn extra calories. Yeah, you'll do it, dog man, for sure. I couldn't imagine trying to lose 100 pounds, man, especially doing it as fast as you're doing it. Drinking a lot of water. Yeah, you can lose a lot of weight by just drinking a lot of water. It seems opposite that if you drink a lot of water, you're going to retain a lot of water weight, but it actually doesn't work that way. It flushes you out. That's like what fighters and stuff do a lot of times. Like leading up, they got 7 days to prepare for a fight, stuff like that. They do these great big huge water diets where you start off with 2 gallons in one day. I've done it before. It's like a fighting weight loss thing, and it is freaking. It was the hardest thing I ever did. But if you want to lose a whole bunch of weight in one week, like you could literally shred like 15 pounds in a week doing this. And I did that once before trying it out, and it worked too. And it was impressive, but it was freaking hard. And you start off with the first day you drink 2 gallons of water, and that was like so hard to do. I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried to drink 2 whole gallons in a day, but it is rough. You feel like you're drowning by the end of the day. And then the very next day you drink 1 gallon, and then the very next day you drink 3 quarts, and then the next day it's like two, and then the next day it's like one, and then you get down to like the last day and you got to do this weigh in, and you don't get to drink no water. Like the weigh ins at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you wake up in the morning, you don't get to drink no water until two, and then by the end of the week you've lost like 15, 16, 17 pounds, and it's crazy. You do it by drinking water, but you are eating too. I forgot, I left that part out. I just told you about how much water you got to drink or you can't drink, but you also are eating a certain amount of calories every day as well. Licorice and malt is nasty. I actually like malt, like chocolate malts. I like that, but I don't like licorice really. I mean, I can eat red licorice, but I would never waste my time doing it. Yeah, orange Gatorade's friggin' awesome. Orange, and I like lemon lime Gatorade. I like grape. I like grape and get back to editing. Sorry, I ruined your life. Wha- Hey, why are you ruining my live party with your stupid weight loss crap? Why are you talking about weight loss? We're gonna have a weight. Well, I'll host a weight loss seminar at the meetup. Hope MT don't mind. It's for YouTubers that want to lose weight. I mean, hey, YouTubers are just like regular people. We all want to lose a little bit of weight. I ain't even joking. I'm having a hard time seeing this stuff, man. I've had to take cough medicine like 2 or 3 times today, and I'm just having a hard time focusing. Are y'all giving me a hard time? Why you guys got? I'm just trying to talk, man. I'm the host and the guest. You know what I'm saying? You guys answer me or ask me some questions, man. Maybe we should have a weight loss challenge. I'm almost at where I want to be. Yeah, almost. I'm not quite there yet. I'm gonna try to lose about another 10 pounds, and then that's where I think I want to be. And then I'm gonna start. I'm gonna hit the gym again. All right, dog man. See you, brother. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. All right, MT. See ya. Thanks for coming on. It's been an hour anyways, guys. We'll just shut it off right there, man. I appreciate y'all coming on. Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everybody too, man, that like texted me and stuff like that whenever I was sick. I appreciate it. I really do. Y'all have a good night, and I'm gonna try to at least get this video done and get it posted. And if you guys think I should post a 1 year video, I'll go ahead and post it. I wasn't sure, it's not that it's not relevant because I just missed the year date because I got sick. It's still relevant either way. You know what I'm saying? So I I think I will post it, but I'm not done with it yet. I still got quite a bit of work to do on it. So I'll probably finish this video that I'm working on here because it's just kind of a quickie and put it up probably tomorrow. And y'all check it out and watch it for me if you don't mind, man. I got to get that algorithm working back for me. This is about the longest I've taken off since I've had the channel, and I'm itching to get back on. So we'll see y'all later. Okay. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to end it. Peace out. Have a good night.